Active pass. He'll look to fire deep and intercepted! Frenchie diving, he's in!
Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Welcome to the Irie Insurance Pregame Show here from a soggy Fargo South High School on your live event. It is EDC Boys Soccer on this Thursday afternoon between crosstown rivals, the Fargo South Bruins, and alongside the Fargo North Spartans. I'm Chase Miller, and this is the Irie Insurance Pregame Show as you're listening and watching to it right here on your live event. Going to be one of those games where when you take a look out in terms of the conditions, if this would have been just a normal regular field, you'd just be wondering if we'd actually be able to play this game. But with the turf, one game was canceled earlier today between Fargo Davies and Fargo Shanley. That game was postponed to a later date. But for this particular game, they are going to get things underway just after the 5 o'clock hour. And the Fargo-Moorhead area have been running throughout the morning into the afternoon, and we expect it to continue. But with the conditions that they are right now, Fargo South and Fargo North will get things underway here in just over 10 minutes. Taking a look at this matchup on this Thursday afternoon, the Fargo North Spartans sit at 4-2-1 on the season, 2-2-1 in conference play, currently with 7 points and 5th in the standings out of 8 teams. They come in after a game against Grand Forks Central in which they won 3-1 earlier in the week. On the opposite side for the Fargo South Bruins, Fargo South at 1-3-1 on the season, also 1-3-1 in conference play with 4 points and currently 6th place in the standings. Fargo South coming off the heels of a loss against West Fargo Cheyenne earlier this week, 3-0. Up next for the Fargo South Bruins after this game concludes, they will play at Fargo Davies on September the 7th and next week at West Fargo as well. For the Fargo North Spartans, their next couple of games after this matinee affair, September the 9th at West Fargo Cheyenne, then on Saturday, September the 11th against the Grand Forks Red River Rough Riders. When we come back on our Irie Insurance pregame show, take a look at your scoreboard from what happened on Tuesday, games that are scheduled for tonight, and alongside the EDC boys soccer standings as well. That's all before we get to the opening kickoff tonight between the Fargo South Bruins and the Fargo North Spartans, again getting ready to get things at about 5 o'clock this afternoon. You're listening and watching EDC boys soccer here on your live event.
For all your flooring needs, look no further than Carlson Customs Incorporated. From tile, Cortex, and laminate flooring, waterproof floors, shower tiles, and carpet, you are sure to find what you need to update or create the perfect feel in your home or business. Locally owned and operated, Carlson Customs Incorporated. Call Todd at 218-531-0176.
Every business has its special needs and its own unique set of challenges. That's why we treat your business just like ours, to make sure you are covered right. Hello, this is Shane with Irie Insurance, and our agents have seen it all, and one slip-up can take a small business years to recover from. That's why it's so important for a small business to work with an insurance company that can save them money but also make sure they are protected. If you own a small business, we would like to work for you. Go to IrieInsurance.com to find a local agent near you.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical North Dakota high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Going to NDSCS, I found out way more than just like sports. I met a lot of people just on my floor, and then different activities you could go to that were on campus. I for sure will look back at all the memories and love it. My name is Grace, and I'm here for my future.
First week of college, I can't tell you how many friends I've made. It's a family, you know what I mean? Like every time I go to a meeting, like everyone knows my name. They're always kind to me. I love it. I can't explain how much I love it here. My name is Junior, and I'm here for my future.
And we're we're back here at Fargo South High School for EDC Boys Soccer here on Your Live Event. For our complete schedule, go to yourliveevent.com. We got high school volleyball later tonight between Maple River and Lisbon. That'll be at 7 o'clock. A host of games on Friday, and you can watch everything on demand and on replay on Your Live Event, or search Your Live Event on YouTube, on Facebook, and social media as well. Games across the EDC. One game that's already been postponed again. Fargo Davies at Fargo Shanley. That game got moved to a later part in the season. Later tonight, West Fargo is scheduled to travel up I-29 and go up against the Grand Forks Central Knights. Then you have Grand Forks Red River at West Fargo Cheyenne for this evening's scheduled games. Your scoreboard from Tuesday: Fargo Shanley defeated West Fargo 3-2. Fargo North with a 3-1 win over the Grand Forks Central Knights. Fargo Davies with a 3-1 win over Red River, and Cheyenne blanked Fargo South 3-0. State tournament not too far away when you start looking at the calendar. It's September the 2nd. The state tournament is slated for October the 7th through Saturday, October the 9th at Jamestown High. Top 4 teams in the EDC standings advance to state. Grand Forks Red River, and right now hosts the number 1 spot at 5-1 in conference play with 15 points. And then you have Fargo Davies right on their heels at 4-0-1 so far on the season with 13 points. West Fargo Cheyenne is third at 2-1-3 with 9 points, and Fargo Shanley right behind them at 2-2-2 in conference play with 8 points. A big game today for those standings with North and South. If North wins, they could get some separation between Southwest Fargo and Central. If Fargo South were to win against Fargo North, they would put themselves right back in contention on trying to get to a top 4 spot and advance to the state tournament. North at 2-2-1 in conference play with 7 points. South currently at 1-3-1 with 4 points. West Fargo and Grand Forks Central both with 2 points on the bottom of the EDC conference standings. Again, the top 4 teams in the EDC regular season advance to the state tournament. The West has the WDA tournament to determine their 4 seeds entering state. That does it for our Irie Insurance pregame show. We come back after this. We'll get ready to get things underway for EDC Boys Soccer. It's the Fargo South Bruins and the Fargo North Spartans here tonight from Fargo South High School. We're back after this as we get ready to play 2 halves of football, 80 minutes in high school for a little soccer. You're listening and watching EDC Soccer here on yourliveevent.com.
If you're in need of Minnesota and or North Dakota high school athletics coverage, head to yourliveevent.com so you don't miss out on moments like these.
Straight up the middle, bounces, he's open, he's down the field, touchdown, Nuggets!
Go to our YouTube page at Your Live Event, powered by Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated.
Intercepted!
Follow us on Twitter at Your Live Event 1 and on Facebook at Your Live Event.
Degelman does put the effort and time into their employees by training them.
It's something that you think you couldn't do, but you can actually do it because you were trained to do it.
Once I got my confidence up, now I just feel pride.
I'm very proud to be leading the team that builds the toughest product in the manufacturing and agricultural industry.
The Ada EDA is committed to improving the quality of life for Ada residents by providing assistance to new and small businesses, developing and assisting with affordable housing to provide economic growth in our community, and including building incentives with affordable lots in great locations with amenities, and also city property tax abatement and free city utilities. For information, contact City of Ada 784-5522 or visit the City of Ada website adamn.gov.
Schedules can be a slippery slope. With yourliveevent.com, that's just not the case. Find schedules for select Minnesota and North Dakota high school athletics at our website. That's www.yourliveevent.com. For schedule updates, follow our social media pages. Never miss again when it comes to scheduling with Your Live Event.
For all your flooring needs, look no further than Carlson Customs Incorporated. From tile, Cortex, and laminate flooring, waterproof floors, shower tiles, and carpet, you are sure to find what you need to update or create the perfect feel in your home or business. Locally owned and operated, Carlson Customs Incorporated. Call Todd at 218-531-0176.
And we're back here at Fargo South High School as they're doing player introductions as our Irie Insurance pregame show has officially wrapped up and we get set for the first half of play here for EDC soccer on this Thursday afternoon. It has continued to rain. At times during the pregame came down pretty hard. Other times it just kind of misting out there. The Fargo North Spartans out in their white uniforms for the Fargo South Bruins as they're going there over their player introductions right now in their dark yellow uniforms with a little myriad of black and brown. This history between these two teams, Fargo North lost to Fargo South dating back on August the 20th of last year, 3-1 at South High, and North also lost to the Bruins last year 4-0 on September the 12th on the north side. So Fargo South will look to keep that winning streak in this series going, while Fargo North will try to continue what they've done as of late, which is get some points. They almost came away with 3 points against West Fargo on August the 26th. They ended up tying as the Packers got a goal late in that one. Then they defeated the Knights 3-1 their last time out, so 4 points in their last 2 games. They want to keep that thing going. On the opposite side for the Fargo South Bruins, they've lost 3 of 4. They want to at least get a tie, bare minimum, a draw here on this Thursday afternoon, but more importantly, try to get a win and put themselves in contention to try to make the state tournament as well. When you take a look at programs across the state of North Dakota, when it was sanctioned in 1995, South has only missed 3 straight 3 state tournaments. That's in 2010, 2014, and 2020. The Bruins also own the record for state titles in the state across the high school association at 6. Bismarck Century and Bismarck each have 5 respectively. So a proud, storied program, the Fargo South Bruins. For the Fargo North Spartans, their last state tournament came in 2010. They have titles in 1995 and 2003 as well. Fargo North did win the first ever sanctioned title in the state of North Dakota. Dylan running the camera, Chase Miller with you here on your live event as we're just about to get things ready. Fargo North will be going left to right on your screen, Fargo South right to left as we get set to play again. We are scheduled at 5 o'clock, going to be right around there on this Thursday. Make sure you go to yourliveevent.com for action later tonight. Joel Morgan will be alongside Will Thompson for a little Lisbon and Maple River. That is scheduled to get going at 7 o'clock for girls volleyball. And the Fargo South Bruins, they'll begin play with possession. The officials looking over the nets, making sure everything is good, both on the north and south side. Reminder, we'll be here tomorrow with these two teams as well, but for football at 7:30, it's Fargo North at Fargo South and 11A East Region football. Kickoff, reminder, a little bit later than normal. It'll be at 7:30 on Friday night, so we'll be here again coming up just a little over 24 hours from now for East Region football. The officials giving each other a thumbs up on either side as we're getting set to get things underway here for boys soccer. Fargo South, again, will try to get their 3rd straight game to try to get back in the win column. On the opposite side for Fargo North, they'll try to get their 3rd straight game in terms of trying to get a point and continue to climb up the EDC standings. Fargo South lost it for a second. Now they have it in possession. Fargo North retreating with 4 defensemen, playing a little 3-5-3 last time for Fargo North against West Fargo when we saw them last week. Fargo South now brings it up. They get it into the box. Fargo North, we'll see if they clear, and they do, as the Spartans just get that one away. That's with Max Watson. The goaltender here for the Spartans, Maddox Watson, the sophomore goaltender, wearing that orange color uniform. Fargo South set to throw it in with Rye, the senior defenseman, as he walks it up just to the edge of the 18-yard box on the near sideline here. And the opening minute of this first half of play. Here comes the throw, headed away from Fargo North with Khaled, and North will try to get possession. Now they will handle it here, trying to make a little move, and they get it up the field to midfield, and Fargo South will just kick that one into the Fargo North bench, and North now will get possession. One of these games we'll see who can strike early. Fargo North struck early against West Fargo a week ago in the first half, but saw them end up tying with the Packers. Right now, Fargo South owning possession early in this one as they Kick it up the far sideline, trying to chase it down as Gabricius, as they'll have it to the right side. Here comes a cross in and a little bit of a chance, as that one's going to go over the goal, and a goal kick here for the Fargo North Spartans. Watson been very active and very busy. Fargo North from a year ago lost their senior All-Stater and All-EDC goaltender in Drew Nelson after graduation. So Maddox Watson had some big shoes to fill, literally, when he came in to this season. Fargo South right now with it in the back end with Ralsted. Fargo North trying to earn the possession, but the Bruins will handle it. Shambaugh brings it up as it's the middle part of the field. Now to Larson. Larson quickly tries the cross. Fargo North there defensively, and now they'll regain possession with Keeneland. But Fargo South will get it right back here. Opening minutes of the first half between the Bruins and the Spartans in EDC boys soccer. Next time we'll have the Fargo South Bruins on your live event at West Fargo Cheyenne late in the season on September the 25th. Soccer, a quick year. You start in August, you end the regular season in September, and you play the state tournament in October. So it doesn't take too long by the time you get through 10 to 14 games on the season in soccer, anywhere from 2 to 3 games during the week. So the coaches, once it gets to this time of the year, is talking about load management and making sure you're getting kids the proper rest in between games. If you played a game Tuesday, then have to play another game on Thursday. Here comes Jock. Jock trying a little give-and-go action. It goes to the far side here. Here comes a kick on goal, and Watson sees that one in, and he'll have his first save of this soccer match. Nothing too contested there, but Fargo South right now controlling the play for the opening 3 minutes and putting it more on the Fargo North shoulders defensively to try to come up, communicate, and make the proper adjustment. We will get our first whistle of the game. A foul comes, and it'll be on Fargo North, and Fargo South will have a free kick in the back. For the Bruins, quick free kick as they handle it on the back end. Fargo North right now just trying to earn a little possession and take a breather. And we'll see what they can get here as they will handle it back at midfield. Again, in high school soccer, something a little bit different than if you're watching MLS. If you do get a yellow card, you'll be asked to leave immediately, but you can come back on the next dead ball or possession. Fargo North will have a free kick here. This one going to be driven in close to the box. Fargo South was there to kick that one away with Ralsted, the Jager, the junior defenseman. Fargo North on the far edge right now and losing possession for a moment, but they'll say last touched off of Fargo South Bruin. Fargo North on the far side to throw it in. That's going to be with Owen Branson, the sophomore. As he goes to the back, here comes the kick from Khaled into the box. Fargo North with a chance and just a miss on the opportunity, but they come around, and that one goes well out of play off the goaltender. But Fargo North with their first real chance of this soccer contest. Gannon Colty's the sophomore midfielder there on that last opportunity. Fargo South set to put this one back into the field of play. And here it comes, the right-footed boot. Fargo North there sees it with Charlie Anderson, the junior midfielder. Anderson then getting hounded. Finds a teammate there with Coltys. Coltys crossing right to left. Has a chance here on the run, lays it off, and Fargo South will try to get to that one, but Fargo North will continue. Here comes a cross in, headed away by Fargo South. Fargo North right now will continue with possession with the header. Fargo South leaves it off. It goes to Keeland, and we do have an official's whistle. This one will go against the Fargo North Spartans, and Fargo South will quickly have a free kick as they get it into the play. Ralsted up the far side. And right now you're seeing a little bit on the opposite end. The team's huddled in, trying to stay dry, trying to stay warm. About 60 degrees around kickoff here from a couple days ago when you had it in the 80s in the Red River Valley. You can feel September, and alongside the fall is just around the corner. Fargo South, a squad, again, 4-2-1, currently 5th place. 3 points will go a very long way in the standings. Fargo North, though, for what they've been doing for Fargo North, again, they are 4-2-1, again, 7 points, 5th in the standings. For Fargo South, 3 points would, for them, they'll go a long ways, trying to at least be right on the same step with Fargo North in terms of 7 points and own the early head-to-head tiebreaker. If they can do that, they would be tied with the Spartans for 5th place. Here comes Fargo North, a chance, But the Spartans were there, but you can just tell that the Bruins are just attacking the back end here from Fargo North, and just one misplay or one misread might lead the Bruins to a numbers opportunity. Fargo South gets well back. There's a kick across by Ralstead. It goes to the goaltender, and for Fargo South, they'll just take a collective breath as we're about 6.5 minutes into this boys soccer contest. Yes, it's still raining here in the Fargo-Moorhead area from the overnight hours to what we are now. Fargo South in the back, trying to leave it off as they do. Fargo North brings it back up, and the Bruins will handle it there with Jock. Jock lost it for a moment. Fargo North with Schwartz. Schwartz scored a goal against West Fargo a week ago against the Packers. Had a nice header in the box in that first half of play. Fargo South, a squad in their last couple of games, 0 goals against Cheyenne, 1 at Red River, and 2 at Fargo Shanley. So 3 goals in their last 3. Would like to get back on the board in this particular contest. When you talk with both coaches, they'll just tell you early on in the season it's about mental mistakes as much as anything else that might allow a goal or maybe end up losing a result, whether you're tied late and you give up a goal and you end up not getting a point, or on the opposite side, maybe you have the lead and you finish with just a tie and 2 points goes the opposite way in the standings. Right now, Fargo South, Khaled will have a nice header trying to find a teammate as they handle it there with Schwartz. Schwartz goes up the far side of McGeetrick Richards. That one goes out of play. Last touched off Fargo South. Dawson Rye, the junior defenseman, and Fargo North will have it on the touchline. Henry Mong, the junior midfielder, slated to throw this one in. Scoreless contest between North and South. Nearly 10 minutes into this first half of play for boys soccer. Lights are on. Rain continues to come down. Here's the throw into the box. Keelid left-footed kick, missing to the right-hand side of the goal. And Fargo South will get this one back in. Dawson Rye slated to get this one in. Haven't really seen too much, though, into that 18-yard box and into the goaltender here to really put some pressure on Fargo South's back, and they've done a pretty good job in that category. Bruins right now trying to attack the other way with some numbers. Fargo North will track it down with Colties. Colties trying to have a little bit of a run. Fargo South now will handle it the other way. Looks like Sam Larson out there. Check that. That's going to be Smith. Smith lost it for a second. Fargo North back to the other end. Dangerous pass. And Fargo North will continue with this one as they get just a little chip kick over to Colties. Colties with the neon shoes. Fargo South doing a nice job of just being a little bit of a pest right there and answering some pressure with Pasquale Smith, the junior midfielder, as he kicks that one out of play. This one gets thrown in deep into the box. Chasing that one down is Schwartz. Schwartz gets the cross in, but behind the goaltender. And for the Fargo South Bruins, they'll handle it again. Schwartz with a nice run there into the box. Better find there on the pass from Colties. And now Fargo South will put this one back into play. Taking a look at the Fargo South Bruins again, 6 state titles, a record in the state of North Dakota, 23 state tournament appearances, with their last coming in 2019. You go back and there's a good decade there for the Bruins from 98 to 2009, just over 11 years. They won 6 titles in that span. Very similar to fans that were watching Kevin Feeney and alongside Troy Mathern at the time, the head coach for Fargo South Bruins football, handle a pretty good streak during that stretch on the football field. But here on the soccer field, Fargo South, a very storied program. Here's a cross that comes into the box just out of the out street. Kobe Keeland, the junior forward, was trying to get there but just couldn't. We're starting to see Fargo North now just get a little bit more footing into this contest. If you're just joining us, Fargo South had a couple of chances, nothing that was just point blank in terms of getting into the goal box, but they had some early chances, handled the play for the possession, and since then Fargo North now has kind of rebalanced the game, and neither team has really had an odds-on opportunity so far in this contest. Still early, though, as Fargo South works up the field, trying to get a nice find on the through ball, and now here might be that on-man rush as we talked about, but that goes all the way back to Maddox Watson. They were looking up for Fargo South to Charlie Larson, the junior forward, and just out of his outstretched legs. Here comes the header that was down from Fargo South, and that was from Ralstead. Fargo North going the other way. This one to Khaled. Khaled just leaves it. Fargo South able to try to take a little bit of advantage with Jock. Jock looking for a teammate, finds one in the back to Ralstead, leaves it up the field. This one goes back to Fargo North for a minute, then Fargo South just clears as it goes out of play. Well, the Fargo South Bruins and Fargo North Spartans again, high school football tomorrow. That'll be at 7:30 right here at Fargo South High School as well. Both teams will play their second contest of the season. Opening kickoff at 7:30, pregame right around 7:10. For the Fargo South Bruins, the back line has played well early in this one as they've been able to mark their man, but more importantly, try to keep possession and touch to a minimum. This one gets in, and Fargo South's goaltender just keys it go away. Henry Rolland, the freshman goaltender, wears number 1. Got a couple of goaltenders right now in terms of underclassmen with Maddox Watson on the opposite side. For Fargo North, only a sophomore. After the kick, Fargo North looking for possession with Colties. Colties leaves it off. This goes into the middle. That's a left kick, and then Fargo South is there. Ralstead going the other way. Ralstead doing a nice job here holding possession, looking up the field. And now Fargo South will see if they can take the opportunity as this one goes out by Khaled. And the Bruins there had a chance on maybe a 3-on-3. Khaled was there, just got that one away, and now it's getting set to go. Fargo South Bruins will handle it on the far side on the throw-in. This one coming down through the middle with Larson. Larson's there now to Ralstead. Ralstead trying to find it, get it through to Jock. Jock, deking, weaving, puts this one on goal, and Watson's there on the one-hopper as he went to the near post. Good opportunity there for the Fargo South Bruins. Watson was there, and we've seen Watson play a pretty good goaltender so far this year for the Fargo North Spartans in terms of being that sophomore. Just knows where he's at. Heady player in that goal box here for Fargo North. Fargo South trying to apply more pressure here as we get to the midway point of this first half. Jostling for it. I think the officials understand the situation in terms of the field of play. A little slick here with the rain. Not trying to call too many fouls unless it's a little bit egregious. Understanding that, hey, you're going through some advantageous weather, or I should say a couple of plays in weather where you're not just sure where that ball might slip and slide on this turf. Fargo North right now handling it. Anderson, that's Charlie Anderson up the field on the deep pass, and this one will end up in McGeetrick Richards' right shoe. Richards will continue with this one. Fargo South clears a little bit to relieve some pressure, but right back to Charlie Anderson. Anderson on the pass. That one just gets kicked away on the sideline by Rye, and that'll be continued with Fargo North. And the Spartans will make 3 substitutions here as Fargo North will go to the bench for the first time. Jake Allmendinger is one of those checking in this contest. Alex Flores as well as they'll come in. Flores, a senior defenseman, and setting to come in and throw is going to be Reese Dorsey. Dorsey, a senior defenseman here for the Fargo North Spartans. Dorsey tries to get this one in on top of the box. Going to be headed away from any danger from Fargo South as Dorsey will see if he has another opportunity. Gets some more real estate up the near sideline. Now almost even if you drew a line from the edge of that 18-yard box as he throws it in up top. Fargo South able to get there, cause a little havoc. Now they get it quickly back up and trying to find it with a couple of teammates was Charlie Larson. Now it's still Ralstead. Here comes Ralstead with a head of steam. We'll see if he gets the cross. And it was partially deflected. If that was not hit there by the back end of Fargo North, that might have been an opportunity on 2-on-1 or 2-on-1 on the goaltender there for Fargo South. Instead, just got enough of the right shoe. Looked to be Khaled. And Khaled, fortunately for the Fargo North Spartans, able to give some pressure, but we saw Fargo South as the rain is starting to pick up a little bit more here in Fargo. Ralston gets a nice little find. Here it continues to come. A little bit too much there for Anderson. Trying to get there was Smith. Instead, Fargo North now will handle it as they leave it up the near side, and that's going to be a misplay by the Spartans between Flores and Reese Dorsey. Flores just gave a little bit too much mustard there as Dorsey couldn't get to the near sideline, and this will allow Fargo South to throw it in. This one goes to the top of the box. No Bruins are there. Fargo North with an easy clear as the rain now starting to come into our booth even just a little bit with the wind. Here comes a one-hopper after the shot there by Jock. That's a one-hopper right to Watson, and Watson was able to clean up that one. Still scoreless as we're at the 23-minute mark here of half number 1 between Fargo South and Fargo North. Again, a win for the Fargo North Spartans would put them at 3-2-1 in the conference and give them 10 points. For the Fargo South Bruins, a win would give them 7 points and get them to 2-3-1 and tied. Then with Fargo North at 5th place and owning the head-to-head. 8 teams in EDC soccer. Top 4 make it to the state tournament that'll be played upcoming in October in Jamestown. Fargo South able to kick that one away. Here comes Flores. Now it's going to go the other end. Here comes Fargo South. They have a little bit of numbers. Khaled is there, and we're going to get a foul here on Nathaniel Khaled. Not the worst foul committed, considering it could have been a 4-on-4 or 4-on-5 situation here for the Fargo North Spartans. But what this does, it gives Fargo South a chance to regroup and have a free kick, and for Ralston, maybe put one in the box and try to find someone heading towards goal and put one past Watson. As Ralston puts the right-footed boot into this one. Got a little bit of a backspin there. Header comes in. Nothing. Cross comes. Fargo North unable to clear it. And this one goes high in the air, still in play as the wind is starting to pick up a little bit more as well. This one comes down. Fargo South continues to handle it as it goes to the far side. Bruins looking to get it in there with Jock, and it's going to be taken away by Fargo North. Spartans with just a little kick up. And Fargo South puts it back in. This one back to Jock. Looks for a teammate, and this one's going to be through, but right to Fargo North's bench. And this one will go to the Spartans. Spartans with a quick throw in here as we're going to have a substitution come in. This will be the 4th sub so far for the Fargo North Spartans. It's coming in at the center field of play. Fargo North right now off the throw. And this one going to go right to midfield, and here comes Schwartz. Schwartz with a little flip up, trying to get it down is the Spartans. Instead it goes right back to Fargo South. This one will be to the right-hand side for Fargo South. Crossing, trying to continue with it. Can't. Fargo North now, then Ralstead is there. Fargo North Spartans with Bartel trying to corral it. Check that, that's Mon. Fargo North will take it all the way to the right-hand side. We have yet to see a corner kick, and this one just gets kicked out of play. So we'll have a throw-in after Owen Branson, the sophomore defenseman, just said, you know what, don't like where I'm at on the soccer field. Let's just get rid of it. Don't have to worry about a corner, and Fargo South will have to throw it in deep in as we're starting to get that rain coming down a little bit more heavily. And with the wind, it's blowing into Fargo South's face going towards the north goal to the back of Watson and the goaltender a little bit for Fargo North. Midway point here of half number 1, still looking for that first goal here this Thursday afternoon. And Fargo North will just send it away. Schwartz is there. Schwartz then tracks it down far side. Doesn't have numbers with him for a moment, but now has a chance, and he's cut off, and good job on the back end from Fargo South Gage Zimmerman. Zimmerman able to get that one to the far side, and it will then be ricocheted off, and it'll go to the Fargo South Bruins. These are some of those conditions. Again, if we were just playing on the normal grass, this game would not be happening, but because the turf, it allows it to play, and that's the one nice thing in the Fargo-Moorhead Metro, whether it's on the Moorhead side with the Spuds to the Packers in West Fargo, north, south, and alongside Shanley and Davies, everyone now has turf, whether it's inclement weather here with rain. You get to see some snow as well. You have that turf, which allows you to get a lot more, again, opportunities to play, whether it's softball that we've seen, soccer here, football, and just use of other sports, even baseball a little bit in the spring. Fargo South right now. Currently, if you just look on the shot sheet, they would have the better chances, but North has one. Here, there's a header down by Schwartz. And that one goes off to the goal line and past the goal, and it'll be coming back in here for Fargo South. But really, that was the best opportunity there from Fargo North to put some pressure on the goaltender here in Rollin Henry on this late Thursday afternoon. That one would just take another little bounce. Schwartz might be able to put a little bit more of a header on that one and maybe get the bounce instead. Fargo North right now will continue with it. Fargo South gets the steal, and then here comes to Jock. Jock up the field, going a little past Orsted. Fargo North with it the other way. Spartans right now, if you look at the time of possession, probably about 55-45 or 60-40 South in favor. Here's a deep find at Anderson. Anderson trying to cross over, but better job from Fargo North defenseman to clear some pressure. Orsted leaves it up to Jock. Jock has it, leaves it back to the right-hand side now to Rye. Rye with a nice find, looking for Anderson. Anderson, the lone forward, way up the field. And Fargo North just gets it out of pressure. As Rye comes on to throw it. Looks for Anderson. Anderson sees get cut off there with Khaled. And that one just goes up, and it's going to go to the Fargo South Bruins. Again, Fargo North right now, a little bit with the wind behind them. Fargo South playing into the wind if they try to get a deep cross or a throw-in. As that one is Khaled. Khaled able to clear some pressure. Then it goes back off the head there of a Spartan on Ray Wallen, the sophomore defenseman. Fargo South quickly puts it back. That's Jock. Jock at midfield finds a nice cross on the pass. Fargo South will regain possession right now, just probing across the field. Here's Jock trying to get a run. Fargo North now with Wallen. As Wallen finds a nice teammate across the way. Mon will have it go out of play, though, as there would have been some numbers there for the Spartans. Instead, it's a quick throw-in for the Bruins. Fargo North regains possession. Mon. Now it goes to the right-hand side. Fargo South. This one will be with Khaled. And a nice sliding tackle there by Fargo North. Bruins try to get back as Schwartz is chasing it down, and good job by Rye to get there. And we're going to get our first corner kick of the match. Schwartz doing some work. He'll get subbed out for it here as Fargo North makes a couple of substitutions as the rain continues to come on down. And we'll have our first corner of the game for Fargo North, and it's the first one of the contest between the Bruins and the Spartans. See the left-footed kick here of Mon. Mon puts this one in the top of the box, headed, and then headed out by Fargo South. Nice job on the post by Chambaugh, able to be there on the near post and just clear that one. So Fargo North with a chance, and they'll get a second opportunity from the same corner. Just over 15 minutes before we get to the half. Here's a low line drive. Here comes with Khaled. That one gets blocked. Still, though, in an advantageous situation for Fargo North. Fargo South trying to build a wall, and this one does get cleared away, but a little bit of a miss kick. And Fargo South again playing against the wind. You can see the soccer ball just go straight up into a wall and come straight back down like in an elevator shaft, as that one then gets headed out by Fargo North. But these are going to be one of those things again for Fargo North going into the second half. And what we're going to see for the conclusion of this first half for the Fargo South Bruins, if you're clearing it, as much as you're used to just putting one high up in the sky and relieving some pressure, you might need more of a quick line drive kick or just get some tic-tac-toe passing to get some real estate. We'll see how this one comes in. There is the line drive as we mentioned. Fargo North now will have it. Here comes a kick and right into the face of Rye. It looks to be all right. And that one goes out, and it'll be last touched off the Fargo South Bruins. Fargo South is slated to make a substitution here. Dang, the senior forward is slated to check in. We'll see when the official will allow that here in a second. But Fargo North will continue with one of their longest possessions in this spot of the game, where they've been putting some pressure on the goaltender of Fargo South in Rollin. Fargo South, though, with Orsted up the field. See if they can get that through ball. They cannot. Now it goes to Watson the other way. That's Max. Max Watson looking for a teammate. As North will get the ball right back on the far side, and we'll see if we get a foul. We do not. It will be just a throw in here for Fargo North. And the Spartans will set to bring it back into the play. And that one's going to be with Max Watson. Coming up on our halftime show, we'll preview what's to come here on your live event this weekend. Especially going to be a busy Friday night for high school football. Minnesota gets things going here the next week. Dangerous cross through the box, and for Fargo North, just couldn't find a shoe, a foot, a knee, or a head of a Spartan, and that's the fortunate side for Fargo South. That cross came in. No one was able to head it away or clear it, and it went all the way back to the far post, and Fargo North just had one man running or unmarked. That possibly could have been putting some pressure on the goaltender, but instead it will be a kick-up coming here for the Fargo South Bruins. Again, the rain continues to come down hard here in Fargo for about the last 5.5 minutes of game time. Fargo South right now. Here comes Fargo North in the box, and then Fargo South able to just get a little bit of that one with Shambo right to the goaltender of Rolland, and now it goes to the other way here for the Bruins. This one going to be kicked up. Fargo North trying to head it down. And what we said earlier with Fargo South having the better chances, well, in the last 4 minutes, it's really been Fargo North with the chances. Fargo South continues to dribble, find a man. Here's a deep pass across as they're trying to look up. Nothing's there. Fargo North, and we might get a foul here, and we do. There was Rye hitting down the ground. There was Wade Rolland, the sophomore, and now we'll have a free kick here for the Spartans. Spartans clad in their all-white uniforms with those blue numerals outlined in a little gold for the Fargo South Bruins out in their dark yellow uniforms with a little smattering of black and brown. This one comes through the box, takes a hit, and then just trying to save it. Kind of found himself in no man's land there was Rolland, as that one probably bounced about 6 yards in front of him, popped up, and he just kind of had to make sure where he was to clear that soccer ball from doing anything else but then potentially going into the net. Here comes the cross from Fargo North. Henry Mon will come in. A low cross. Fargo South is there. They try to clear it. As they do, you see the wing kind of play a little bit with the slice. And Fargo North will regain possession. For those that are in attendance, you got your umbrellas in full force or some rain gear. Another month or two from now, that might be snow gear, but we won't talk about that quite yet here in September. Here comes Fargo North. That one gets cleared away from the Fargo South Bruins. Been about a best 10 minutes that we've seen from Fargo North in this game. If you just take it in third so far, the opening third you would probably give to Fargo South. The middle third would probably be about the same in terms of possession, but this last 10 minutes of play, Fargo North has really taken advantage here, just unable to find the score and put the soccer ball in the back of the net, but they've had the opportunities and given their goaltender and the sophomore Watson a little bit of a breather. Here comes the throw into the box. Fargo South able to relieve some pressure. There's Khaled. Hits the backside there of Warstead. Then it's still into the box. Fargo South trying to clear as they do for a second. You got a Bruin and a Spartan colliding, and we're going to get a foul here on Fargo North. This will be on the Spartans, McGeetrick Richards. Fargo South still with a man down in the box right now as the clock is just under 10 minutes here in half number one. And I believe we will get a substitution and possibly even a trainer to come on right now and take a look at the Fargo South Bruin. Philemon is on right now the turf for Fargo South. We'll keep it here. 9:53 left to play in this first half. A game that started just after 5 o'clock, currently right on schedule at 5:30. As the rain continues to come down, a lot of people would say, where was this about a month ago in terms of farmers and crops? And if your brown was pretty brown, that is, but the last couple weeks, a lot of saturation and rain, and now you're seeing some of those ponds in and around the Fargo-Moorhead area, retention ponds. Those are even starting to fill up, particularly from the last 12 hours of rain. This is just that 60-degree cold, wet rain where it's not even fun at times to be outside, but these two teams are playing through it right now, and both have really had opportunities. Fargo North, you might say, with the better of it the last couple of minutes, but Fargo South with just as many opportunities going the other way. But with that wind picking up, it's kind of like taking a passing attack in football. If you're going into a 20, 30-mile-an-hour wind, you might have to change your offensive scheme if you're throwing with the wind. It's the same thing here for Fargo South. That deep cross the field, that is still there, but if you're trying to go from one goal to the other goal, it's going to have to be more of a line drive, kind of a kick until the wind starts to die down a little bit more. Fargo South right now, though, after the kick, Fargo North clears it. Fargo South with a header down, and now it's at right of the midfield of play, and here comes Flores. Flores trying to find a nice little give and go. Can't. This one goes the other way. Fargo North back to Flores now. Flores will leave it to the right-hand side for the Spartans. This one is Max Watson. Now to the back to Dorsey. We'll see if Dorsey can get the cross in here, one just off the header. And this one going to be pooched away a little bit with Sam Larson. Larson leaves it the other way. Fargo South with Dang trying to track it down. Might have had to change his field of direction. And Dang up top just putting some pressure on. Fargo North backside defenseman and Reese Dorsey clears it away. And Fargo South will continue with it here. Last couple of minutes, this is where you might win or lose a contest right before you get to the half in terms of you might be able to find a goal, and that could just possibly do it. One goal just might be enough in a game like this between these two teams in this kind of condition here on this Thursday, September the 2nd. Fargo South, as they'll come on, and as you can hear through our crowd mic, the wind starting to pick up even more right now. This one trying to go up for Dang. Cleared away again from Fargo North out of pressure. Fargo South with just that through ball or that deep cross is just waiting for Fargo North to just make one mistake on the back end and try to put some pressure on Watson, the goaltender. Khaled relieves pressure, this one on the ground on a line drive kick, and Fargo South will handle it again. Fargo North with a chance to make a couple of substitutions here in a moment. They'll bring 3 players back onto the field of play. Fargo South slated to have it with Rye. See where he goes on the throw-in. See if he can get a corner. As that one's going to the right-hand side of Dang, he'll go out of play, and we'll have a goal kick upcoming here for Fargo North, and there comes your substitution. Next game up for the Fargo North Spartans. They will go up against West Fargo Cheyenne a week from tonight at Cheyenne. That'll be at 7 o'clock, and then they'll play on Saturday, the September the 11th at 1 at home against Grand Forks Red River. The Fargo South Bruins, their next game, that'll be at Davies at 7 on September the 7th. Khaled right now has it, leaves it. Now it goes to Fargo South on the back end to Warstead. Is this going to be Ralstead the other way? Now it goes to Dang, right-hand side. The Bruins trying to continue with it with Nissen. Fargo North to the right-hand side, and Shambaugh just kind of pokes it away. Here it comes for the Spartans. Spartans with a little bit of numbers right now, if they can just find a little give-and-go action or just find that right runner across in the box. Fargo South, Ralstead. Here it gets kicked back to the right-hand side right in front of the Bruin bench. As Ralstead right now is getting a little battle for on that possession and doing a nice job with Kobe Keeland, the junior midfielder, as North now will throw it in. This goes all the way back to the right-hand side. Dawson Rye is there, clears it. And Fargo North will continue to handle it. Fargo North here with a couple of corner kicks so far today. Fargo South with 0. Shots on goal about the same now after early in the contest. So is Fargo South. Lasts about 15 minutes. Fargo North has continued to play well. About 6 minutes left before we get to the half. Ralstead trying to get that soccer ball down back to the turf and get the possession. Battling for it, and he does a nice job of doing it. Leaves it. And here we'll see if Fargo South can utilize this. Fargo North just leaves it the other way there with Dorsey on the clear. This one goes to Schwartz as Schwartz is back into the contest. Gunner with 1 goal so far on the season. That was a header against the West Fargo Packers. You have Lean with a couple and McGeetrick Richards with a couple as well here for Fargo North this season. Reese Dorsey set to throw. As the official gives him the whistle to continue play, here it goes. This one into the box. Takes a high bounce. Still an opportunity for North. There comes the shot, and there comes the goal. It's a goal for the Fargo North Spartans. As they get the goal there, Fargo North scores the first one of the contest with 4:59 left to play here in the first half. Nice job there by Fargo North as that one comes through. James Lean gets his 3rd goal of the season. That comes at the 4:59 mark. So update that there. Fargo North with Lean makes it 1-0 at the 4:59 mark. And again, a ball that just unable to clear, and you give yourself a chance. Other side, Fargo South had a chance as they had it deep almost into that 6-yard box with Dang opposite end. Sometimes you hear goals come in pairs, and right now Fargo South will like to take advantage and tie this one up. On the other side, Fargo North will like to take another quick goal and take a 2-0 lead into the half. Very similar to what Fargo North did a week ago against West Fargo, where they scored late in the first half, and then from there you just had that opportunity from West Fargo with the PK to tie it up. Now for the Spartans, we'll see if they can continue to keep this lead before the last 4 minutes come off. For Fargo South right now on the opposite side, they like to continue to put some pressure on Watson. And a reminder, these two teams will flip, and Fargo North then would have to go a little bit more into the wind. Fargo South would have the wind at their back in the second half. Fargo South set to throw it back into the field of play. And they go to Zimmerman. Now it goes to Dang. Dang looking for a teammate. Leaves some pressure. Ralston in the back. Here comes a low line drive cross. Here, flipped on there by Larson. Now Fargo North will handle it. We'll see what they can do on the cross as they find it. This one goes right through the hands of, or the feet of McGeetrick Richards. Fargo South with Jock. Jock left-footed little pass. And this one now with Charlie Larson. Larson up. That goes to Dang. Dang looking in, looking for a teammate on the cross. Leaves it back to Ralston. Ralston with a nice little move. And then gets it up the far side. This one goes to Nissen. Nissen to the right-hand side. And now Fargo North trying to track it down before it goes out of play. It does. One thing we haven't really seen so far today from either official is the offside call. A couple of fouls, but nothing to get either team for South or North in terms of that yellow or red. And then the same, haven't seen too many corners in this one. Kind of what you expect with these field conditions. It's 1-0 Fargo North over Fargo South, just under 3 minutes to play here in this first half. Fargo North just trying to hold on and take that 1-0 lead into the half. Fargo South will see if they can get something brewing here in the last couple of minutes. This one goes to Jock after the throw-in. Ralsted trying to continue with the pressure, gets tripped up, and we're going to have a foul here on Fargo North. This will be on Charlie Anderson. So Anderson tripping up the junior defenseman in Ralsted, and Fargo South with 2 minutes here. The official having a little conversation with Gunnar Schwartz right now. And we'll see what Fargo South can take advantage of this free kick. If they give it a nice opportunity, try to get into the box, or if they leave it up here on the pass. This one goes to the right-hand side just in front of the box, trying to get the head on off the deflection and the tip. Instead, Fargo North sees it back, but Nissen is right there for the Bruins. Leaves it into the middle. Ralsted, and then it goes to the near side. And it goes to Dang. And Dang lost it, just thought Ralsted was one way and Dang was the other. And now Fargo North with a little bit of numbers with 80 seconds left to play in the half. And we're going to get a foul here as hitting the turf with Schwartz. And now Fargo North with one more crack at it here before we get to the half. And this is a very dangerous spot as Max Watson is slated to come on for this free kick about 16 yards in front of the box. As we're under 1 minute to play here in half number 1. And Fargo North, as the official comes up and lets Watson know where the free kick should properly be. As we'll see the right-footed boot. Here it comes. Good opportunity. This one going to be up, and it's going to be in. And are we going to get an offside or a goal? We got an offside, and negate the goal, as that was an excellent cross from Max Watson, unable for the goaltender there in Roland to come out and do anything with it. And one or two deflections later, it did find the back of the net, but it was an offside call. And for the Fargo North Spartans, some pressure brewing, but they see that one go awry. And for Fargo South, a chance here with 15 seconds left in the first half to get to the half, just down by 1. Fargo North in the back there with Keeland. That's going to wrap up our first half of play here from Fargo South High School. After one half, it's the Fargo North Spartans 1, the Fargo South Bruins scoreless. Fargo North again trying to get to 3-2-1 in conference play and get to 10 points in the EDC standings. Fargo South Bruins with a win, they would improve to 2-3-1 in the EDC and try to get to 7 points. We'll take a quick timeout. We come back. We'll recap what happened in the first half of play and preview what's to come on your live event as well throughout the day and tomorrow. It's EDC boys soccer at the half. North leads at 1-0 over South here on your live event.
Every business has its special needs and its own unique set of challenges. That's why we treat your business just like ours, to make sure you are covered right. Hello, this is Shane with Irie Insurance, and our agents have seen it all, and one slip-up can take a small business years to recover from. That's why it's so important for a small business to work with an insurance company that can save them money but also make sure they are protected. If you own a small business, we would like to work for you. Go to IrieInsurance.com to find a local agent near you.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical North Dakota high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Going to NESCS, I found out way more than just like sports. I met a lot of people just on my floor, and then different activities you could go to that were on campus. I for sure will look back on all the memories and love it. My name is Grace, and I'm here for my future.
First week of college, I can't tell you how many friends I've made. It's a family, you know what I mean? Like every time I go to a meeting, like everyone knows my name. They're always kind to me. I love it. I can't explain how much I love it here. My name is Junior, and I'm here for my future.
If you're in need of Minnesota and or North Dakota high school athletics coverage, head to yourliveevent.com so you don't miss out on moments like these.
Straight up the middle, bounces, he's open, he's down the field, touchdown, Nuggets!
Go to our YouTube page at Your Live Event, powered by Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated.
Intercepted!
Follow us on Twitter at Your Live Event 1 and on Facebook at Your Live Event.
Degelman does put the effort and time into their employees by training them.
It's something that you think you couldn't do, but you can actually do it because you were trained to do it.
Once I got my confidence up, now I just feel pride.
I'm very proud to be leading the team that builds the toughest product in the manufacturing and agricultural industry.
The Ada EDA is committed to improving the quality of life for Ada residents by providing assistance to new and small businesses, developing and assisting with affordable housing to provide economic growth in our community, and including building incentives with affordable lots in great locations with amenities, and also city property tax abatement and free city utilities. For information, contact City of Ada 784-5522 or visit the City of Ada website adamn.gov.
Schedules can be a slippery slope. With YourLiveEvent.com, that's just not the case. Find schedules for select Minnesota and North Dakota high school athletics at our website. That's www.yourliveevent.com. For schedule updates, follow our social media pages. Never miss again when it comes to scheduling with Your Live Event.
It's our halftime show here on yourliveevent.com. Let's recap what happened in the opening 40 minutes of play. One goal courtesy of Fargo North, and that came late with 4:59 left to play in half number one. Before I got to the half, James Lean scored his third goal of the season. The sophomore midfielder put it in the net. And for the Fargo North Spartans, it's that simple. That's the lone goal. Neither team with a yellow, neither team with a red card. A couple of corners for Fargo North, none for Fargo South. And it's Fargo North 1, Fargo South scoreless in this first half of play. Let's remind you what's still to come here on Your Live Event. If you go to yourliveevent.com, is where you can find all the information of upcoming games of your favorite team. We got you covered across the Red River Valley in both North Dakota and Minnesota. Hope Page against Maple River, Finley Aaron Hope Page. That co-op has split up for all sports except for football this fall. But you are going to have Lisbon against Maple River, which includes Tower City and Hope Page. That's going to get underway a little bit after 6:30 tonight. 7 o'clock is the first serve. You did have some scheduled football games in Minnesota this evening with Red Lake County against Polk County West, and the same thing with International Falls. And then you get ready for what tomorrow is going to bring on Friday. Going to be a very busy day with 4 games across the region and all in North Dakota. Lemoore Litchfield Marion at 2-0 on the year. They're averaging over 70 points per contest. They have yet to give up a point. They go up against Finley Sharon Hope Page. The Spartans are 2-0 on the season. Should be a good 9B football game. Ellendale Edgeley Column against Lisbon. The Broncos responded back really well with a win last week against Park River Area Boating Greenlee and alongside Caden Sweet, the 1-2 combination. This should be a telling game with Harvey Wells County and Hillsborough Central Valley. Harvey Wells County 2-0, taking care of Shiloh Christian as well. Hillsborough Central Valley, a tough way to start the season with the loss against Central Cass, but they rebounded with the win at Kindred last week in a dogfight. And now you have Fargo North and Fargo South here tomorrow night as well in high school football. North and South, that'll be at 7:30. Myself, Chase Miller, will be on the call for you on that one. Then it goes to anywhere from 2 to 3 to 4 games to maybe even 7, 8 games a night. Next Tuesday, we have 6 games with volleyball and soccer in North Dakota and Minnesota. So again, once you get past Labor Day weekend, particularly in the state of 10,000 lakes, it really gets going. At the half, it's 1-0 Fargo North over Fargo South. We're back after this with the second half between the Bruins and the Spartans. You're watching EDC Boys Soccer here on yourliveevent.com.
For all your flooring needs, look no further than Carlson Customs Incorporated. From tile, Cortex, and laminate flooring, waterproof floors, shower tiles, and carpet, you are sure to find what you need to update or create the perfect feel in your home or business. Locally owned and operated, Carlson Customs Incorporated. Call Todd at 218-531-0176.
Every business has its special needs and its own unique set of challenges. That's why we treat your business just like ours, to make sure you are covered right. Hello, this is Shane with Irie Insurance, and our agents have seen it all, and one slip-up can take a small business years to recover from. That's why it's so important for a small business to work with an insurance company that can save them money but also make sure they are protected. If you own a small business, we would like to work for you. Go to IrieInsurance.com to find a local agent near you.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical North Dakota high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Going to NESCS, I found out way more than just like sports. I met a lot of people just on my floor, and then different activities you could go to that were on campus. For sure, I'll look back at all the memories and love it. My name is Grace, and I'm here for my future.
First week of college, I can't tell you how many friends I've made. It's a family, you know what I mean? Like every time I go to a meeting, like everyone knows my name. They're always kind to me. I love it. I can't explain how much I love it here. My name is Junior, and I'm here for my future.
If you're in need of Minnesota and/or North Dakota high school athletics coverage, head to yourliveevent.com so you don't miss out on moments like these.
Straight up the middle, bounces, he's open, he's down the field, touchdown, Nuggets!
Go to our YouTube page at Your Live Event, powered by Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated.
Intercepted!
Follow us on Twitter at Your Live Event 1 and on Facebook at Your Live Event.
Degelman does put the effort and time into their employees by training them.
It's something that you think you couldn't do, but you can actually do it because you were trained to do it.
Once I got my confidence up, now I just feel pride.
I'm very proud to be leading the team that builds the toughest product in the manufacturing and agricultural industry.
Welcome back to Fargo South High School. It's Fargo South and Fargo North. Our halftime show is done as we get ready for the second half of play between Fargo North and Fargo South. Again, you can rewatch this contest on our website of Your Live Event or alongside YouTube. Just search Your Live Event. If you missed any part of the first half or just wanted to see anything of that nature, check it out there. Rain continues to come down, and wouldn't you know, the last 10 minutes, it's barely been raining at all, at least in terms of this heavy coming down, as you can see it on our screen. And then right when they get ready to get the second half underway, a deluge of rain just continues to come on, and this more of the straight down variety, as the wind might not play as much of a factor as what we saw in the first half, as the rain is coming more down instead of an angle. But Fargo North will try to get out of here with 3 points for the Fargo South Bruins, bare minimum. They'll try to come back and tie and try to earn a point here for Fargo South. We'll see how this one continues to go. Still a lot of time left if you're a Bruin fan to try to earn a tie or possibly even come back and score 2 goals. For Fargo North, you just wonder, how is this going to be a repeat of a week ago when they played West Fargo up 1-0, then lost the lead to a penalty kick that was made by the Packers to tie that game at 1 apiece. Fargo North right now clad in white, trying to go up the field, and Fargo South just easily pushes that away into the north bench. North and South, both those benches. On the north bench there, you're kind of seeing it on the screen, some of the soccer players on top of the bench, almost like a baseball dugout, trying to make sure it's staying dry. Fargo South clears it and goes right into that bench again. And we'll see if it was the deflection or a little ricochet, and it will be. Last touched off of Fargo North Spartan. As this particular contest, these two teams will never forget whether you win or lose, just in terms of the amount of rain that you played through. Same thing in practices sometimes. You come through and your cleats are full of mud, trying to figure out where you're at after one contest is done, and have to kind of just bring out the old fork, knife, anything to try to get rid of some of that mud. But here on the turf, don't have to worry about just those black pebbles are everywhere. If you're just joining us, Fargo South, the opening 5 minutes of the game really put some pressure on Fargo North. Got a lot of good chances into the box. Just going to get it past the goaltender of Maddox Watson. Then as the game just slowly progressed to get later and later into the first half, Fargo North was a team earning possession, and Fargo North was a team putting some pressure on the goaltender Henry Rowland. And then they finally got a goal from James Lean, his third of the season, with 4:59 left in half number 1. Right now the Spartans seen a man there with Fargo South putting some pressure with Charlie Larson, and that one goes out of play, and it will go to the Fargo South Bruins. Larson and alongside Dang, the forwards, we've seen a little rotation and mixture between both of them. And they've done a really good job on the back end of Fargo North, but Fargo North, once or twice you might have saw a little crack in the defense, but for the most part they played pretty well. And this one just missed hit by the Bruins in Shambo will result in a goal kick here for Maddox Watson. as the rain almost coming now more of a straight down, but as we say that, the breeze does pick up a little bit. Here comes the right-footed kick by Watson, and Fargo North will quickly work with it up the field. Schwartz, here's a guy that knows what to do with the soccer ball, has it up the far side. We'll see if he can get the cross in. Here comes the cross. It was blocked, and it's going to be a corner kick here for Fargo North. So that one goes off of Dawson Rye and right to the corner where the flag is down. And Fargo North will get ready to put this one back into the field of play with James Lean. Lean can be very dangerous. We've seen on the opposite side Henry Mon a couple of times as well with the corner. Lean, the right-footed boot. This one in the box. Here comes the header down. Fargo North still puts this one on goal, and a nice save there by Shambaugh, but not out of pressure yet. Fargo South has to try to clear this one, and there it is. The goaltender gets onto the with Henry Rowland, but give Drew Shambaugh there pretty much the save for Fargo South. Otherwise, they would be down 2-0. Instead, it's still a 1-0 game, Fargo North. As this one's going to be with Rowland. Here comes the boot right to midfield. Headed down by Khaled. Spartans trying to find a little through ball there in a run. This one will go out and will be last touch off the Spartans and McGeetrick Richards, a senior forward. Fargo North Spartans got to be liking what they're seeing in the past couple of games. A win and a draw in their last two. Tied against West Fargo, beat Grand Forks Central, and right now a chance to earn another 3 points if this one stays. If bare worst comes minimum, you just hope for a point, and you get 5 points in 3 games. As we get a substitution coming into the contest for Fargo South, as Jock will check out. And Dang will come in here for the Bruins. And Fargo South with Shambaugh will throw it in. Fargo North almost gets this breakaway steal as they handle it with the possession right now. Calla kicks it up. Spartans with McGeetrick Richards. McGeetrick Richards will see if he can get the cross for a little through ball. This one goes to the far side here for the Spartans. Here comes Fargo North with Watson. And now Watson lost it. Fargo South tries to get the ricochet touch out of play. Instead, Fargo North continues to handle it. As this one's going to be headed away from danger. Fargo North now bats it ball down. Here comes James Lean. Lean already with 1 goal here on this Thursday afternoon. Going quickly the other end, and it continues in play. One thing, you can play through the rain, but you can't play in, don't hope for the announcer's jinx, but that's lightning. Again, once you see lightning, doesn't matter the sport, it is going to be a half-hour delay when the last lightning strike came. So we'll take the rain, just don't want the lightning. But right now, North putting some pressure on, and Fargo South able to clear it, as they do. Already 6 minutes past here in the second half. It's still 1-0 Fargo North over Fargo South. This one thrown in. Fargo North sees it, tries to find a teammate, cleared away from danger by Zimmerman. Now it goes up the other end. Tracking it down is going to be Charlie Larson. Larson's going to get tripped over and pushed over, and we'll see if this one is a card, and I think we might get one. Going down, and there is going to be our first card of the afternoon. This one will be on James Lean, so Lean will pick up the yellow card, and this one will be at the 3:33 mark of the second half. So Lean will have to leave the game with the yellow card. He can come back on with the field of play after the next dead ball if the coach wants to make that substitution. But now for Fargo South, a chance here with a free kick, as Rye will get slated to put this one in. And we'll see what they can kind of do with the box a little bit here and where they can pressure this North defense and, more importantly, the back end off this set piece. Here comes the right-footed boot. This one a dangerous spot, but Watson comes out of his goal spot, able to retrieve pressure about 6 yards up and comes and grabs it. Nice job there by Watson. Good opportunity there for the Fargo South Bruins. And we'll see if Fargo South can take some momentum right now with this one and put this into the field of play. And here comes some more pressure. Here comes Dang. Dang gets it in the box right now, and we'll see that one go out of play, and it'll be last touch off of Dang. But that's what you want there for Fargo South, a chance to either get one of your forwards in Charlie Larson or Dang. Then they can maybe slow it up, find a teammate, get across, or just have that one-on-one opportunity and try to beat the defenseman and get past the goaltender for the game-tying goal. Still enough time with just under over 32 minutes to play, but once you get to about that 15-minute mark left in the game, that's where you might start seeing some pressure from either club. For North, how much do you want to really pack it in? And for South, how much can you apply pressure before you leave yourself open on the back end? Right now playing with 3 defensemen on the back line. Here comes Fargo North now with a chance. They got some numbers as that one gets deflected and ricocheted right to McGeetrick Richards. McGeetrick Richards right now will handle it, trying to get that through ball. Takes a right-footed little play, and then there comes Rolstead, and Rolstead is going to get called for the foul, and this will leave a free kick here for Fargo North. About 20 yards away from the top of the box. And the Spartans will handle it here with Max Watson. So Watson will come on. And it was a free kick that allowed North to score their first goal. We'll see if they can take advantage. Here this one is coming in, and that goes right to the goaltender of Rolland. It's out all the way, and for the Fargo North Spartans, that free kick, just unable to find a teammate. Fargo South right now, 4 men up as they continue with the pressure. It's on the far side here, and for Fargo North, they'll regain it. We're in the headband for the Spartans. Allmendinger puts it into midfield. This one coming down. Fargo South handles it there with Shambaugh. This one gets kicked up, and North with the header. That's going to be Schwartz as that one goes to the Fargo South side. Rolstead and sees it go out of play from the kick from Fargo North with the left foot with Owen Branson, the sophomore defenseman. 10 minutes into this second half of play, still 1-0 Fargo North over the Fargo South Bruins. The Fargo North Spartans opened the season with wins against Mandan and Legacy in non-conference play, and they lost 3 consecutive games against Cheyenne, Red River, and Davies before tying with West Fargo and defeating Grand Forks Central on August the 31st. For the Fargo South Spartans, no non-conference to start. They went right into conference play. They tied with West Fargo on August the 17th, and they won 2-1 against Central on August the 19th before losing to Shanley by a goal, Red River by a goal, then being shut out against West Fargo Cheyenne their last time out on August the 31st, earlier of this week. Fargo North with a win in the EDC standings again would get to 10 points and more importantly 6 points ahead of South and possibly slip in as they at number 4 spot, barring what happens with some of the other games across the EDC. Again, Davies and Fargo Shanley was canceled earlier this afternoon due to the weather and postponed to a later date. A win for Fargo South. They would be tied with North at 5th regardless of the other results here tonight. Rolstead will handle it. Now to the back end. Fargo South just with a little chip in. And then Khaled was there, and the header goes towards the Fargo South goal of where they're trying to get to. So Khaled tried to head it up. Instead, it went back to almost a corner kick for Fargo South. It'll be a throw-in deep into the Spartan territory. Fargo North will also make a couple of substitutions coming up. They got 3 ready to come in as the rain has not let up as we started this second half. It's been coming down hard over the last 12 minutes of game time. Rolstead gets the cross in, and it goes out of play, and Fargo South will get their first corner of this second half. And for the Bruins, here's a golden opportunity off the cross, and for Fargo South, they'll see Charlie Larson, the junior forward, coming in to put this one in the box and potentially for the Bruins trying to tie this one up at 1 apiece. Charlie Larson will handle the left-footed kick. Here it comes. That one is going to be headed away from pressure for a moment. Fargo South still with it. Now it's with Schwartz. Schwartz in space, the other side, and Schwartz brings it up, and there comes a foul. And we're going to get a card. This one will be with Dang. Dang will get carded at 28:05 here in the second half. And Dang will have to come out here. 0 yellow cards in the first half. We've had 2, one on each squad, one by Lean and one by Dang just moments ago. And he'll have to get subbed out for. Fargo North up by a goal and will gain possession as the rain might be coming down even a little bit more harder right now as we're getting past the 6 o'clock hour. This soccer match just a little over an hour old. Started just after the 5 o'clock hour, right on time. No JV match. Getting the varsity match in, and as we get slated to play for the Fargo South Bruins and Fargo North Spartans. Second half, Fargo North will handle the free kick. Max Watson, this one just kind of hangs up there through the wind, headed away. Fargo North then trying to put it back in. There comes a header down. Spartans were there. We got a Bruin hitting the deck, and now for Fargo North, that's Watson up the far side, trying to continue with that pressure. As they do the far side, Fargo North continues with it with Khaled as it's headed down. That's going to be to Keeland. They leave it right-hand side. This one, the cross comes into the box. Goaltender coming out. Here comes Schwartz. Open goal. Fargo North trying to put it on. They can as it goes out. And will we get a corner? We do. Fargo North will get their corner, the fourth of the contest, the first of the second half. And we saw the goaltender there in Roland again come out of the box. And just a chance for Fargo North for a moment. For Mon there, Henry. But there was a Fargo South defenseman back, but Mon had a clear chance at a goal if that ball just could have found his foot. Instead, here comes the corner. This one in, and it's cleared away. Now it goes to the top of the box. Fargo North trying to put some pressure on it. And this one going to go all the way back where the Spartans and McGeetrick Richards will track it down. It'll be Fargo Spartan possession. Spartans off the toss. On the throw-in, this one goes deep down the far side and just rolling. Good job by the South defenseman just to kind of see that one go all the way out of play. And Dawson Rye not trying to do too much with that one and gets the kick here for the Fargo South Bruins. Quick substitution coming out of the contest for Fargo North is Gannon Coltis as the Spartans make a substitution here midway through this second half of play. Fargo South, a line drive kick. One hop, and the Spartans will handle it here. Jock is there for Fargo South, and now Fargo South handles with some numbers for a second. Fargo North relieves some pressure, but for the Spartans, they'll go the other end. Fargo South with Dawson Rye. That one gets out of play, and for Fargo North, they'll continue here with the possession. A reminder, tomorrow here on your live event, same two teams, same place, just a different sport. Fargo South and Fargo North coming up here in high school football. That'll be tomorrow night at 7:30. Fargo North will handle it in the box. Here comes a shot on goal, just missed by Mon, and that could have been your second goal. For Fargo North, a grade A opportunity about 10 yards away from the goal, and Mon just missed it on the near post. For Fargo South, and right now, still only one good cross, one good header, one good kick on goal from trying to tie this one up. Fargo South will handle it right at midfield right now, as this one's going to be left to the right-hand side, trying to get the kick up. Left-handed kick there by Ralsted. They leave it through the box. Here comes the Bruins. That one gets out of pressure, and it will be a corner here for the Fargo South Bruins. Ray Wallin was able to relieve the pressure right there, but for Fargo South, they were trying to look for Charlie Larson, and the Bruins will have the goal kick. That'll be their second of this half, and another chance for Fargo South to try to put one in. Deep cross. Here comes the header. Down. No pressure. Oh, and a chance. Goes awry by Ralsted. Very similar looking in terms of he would have scored that one. Would have been very similar in how James Lean scored his goal after a free kick. And you just hope that Ralston looks to be all right as he came up a little limp on that one. Fargo North makes a couple of substitutions right now to bring some fresh legs back on. As McGettrick Richards, quick breather, is back into the game, and Reese Dorsey, the senior defenseman, also back in as Maddox Watson is waiting to continue play. There it is, Jock with the header. This one goes to right-hand side. Larson trying to get to it for Fargo South. Larson outside the box. This one will be last touched off Fargo North, and for Fargo South, they will handle it here with a throw-in. Time's starting to run out a little bit here on the Bruins as we get to this midway point of this second half, down by a goal. But again, just one good possession, one good pass, one good cross can tie this one up. And we're going to get a foul here, and this one will go on the Bruins. So Fargo North, what they can do here is kill a little bit of time. Fargo South the last couple minutes, though, they have put some pressure on Fargo North's goaltender and Watson. And that free kick hit goes out of play over the Fargo South bench, and Fargo South will take it and continue to handle it on the far side. Rye to throw. Does a good job, about 15 yards on the throw. Khaled able to head it away from a little bit of pressure. Jock now there for Fargo South. This one goes to Rye. Nice little give and go, looking for Jock to the far side of the field. The Bruins will handle it. Making a nice move. That's Campbell. And Campbell sees it goes out of play. Now Fargo North with Ray Wallen will throw it in. Spartans will make a couple more substitutions as we're even seeing some gloves out there. Hopefully it's not that early of a winter, but we're starting to see just a little bit of gloves. Keep yourself all right, dry, warm. Here comes the throw. That one's going to be headed up. Fargo South trying to track it down. There is Rye on the far side, and Fargo North with just a quick little kick. Khaled clears that one away and goes to the Bruins. Fargo South, a program that missed out on state last year. The state championship went to Bismarck Century 3-2 over Bismarck. Last time a East team won the title, it hasn't been too long, but 2018 West Fargo beat Davies 1-0. This one gets headed up, and now Fargo North trying to corral it instead. Fargo South, this one a high chip in, just in front of the box a little bit. As Khaled's there again, goes all the way back to the defenseman of Shambaugh. Now to Jock. Jock trying to go through three. Spartans gets by two, but not the third. And this one just kicked down in Fargo South, trying to continue with some pressure. They find a runner through. Ralston on top of the box. This one going across. Here comes a chance. Here comes a shot. That one blocked by Watson. An opportunity for Fargo South, their best chance of the match. And for the Fargo South Bruins, you just kind of felt like maybe the dam might break and you might be able to get that first goal. And that was some of the best passing, the best running, and the best find we saw from Fargo South here in this second half alone. Bruins throw this one into the box. Now it's kicked in. Khaled is there. This one on the wet turf going the other way. Schwartz had his pocket picked, and there comes Fargo South. Just unable to get to it. Stealing that one away was Rye, and then trying to go up the far side, but Fargo South might have been offside. We've only seen one offside call here today between the two teams. 2 yellow cards, one on Lean for North, one on Dang for South. A handful of corners, and the one that matters the most right now is that goal that came by James Lean with 4:59 left to play in the first half. And that is the difference right now on your scoreboard. Fargo North with the 1-0 advantage. This one goes all the way back. Fargo South's goaltender and Rolland relieving some of the pressure. As the rain continues to come on down and hasn't let up at all here in this second half. Watch, once the game gets done, then the rain probably will stop here in about 20 minutes. Maybe, just maybe. Fargo North will have a substitution as checking in the game. This will be Anderson, the junior midfielder, as he'll check in. Coming out is going to be Iden Wong, the freshman forward.
And Fargo North will gladly see some time continue to tick now. Just under 19 minutes to play here in this contest. Fargo North got swept to Fargo South last year, looking to break that streak. This one gets flipped up by Ralsted. Instead, it's for Fargo North now as they handle it with some numbers, working with at the other end if they can hurry. This one will go into the Fargo North bench, though, and Fargo South will regain possession. Bruins to throw it in. That's with Rye. This one goes into the middle to Larson. Now it's to Jock. Jock goes up the far side here, and a chance. A streaking Bruin down the far side. Jabria Juice had a chance at that one. Just a little bit too far outstretched. And now for Fargo North, they'll make a pair of substitutions yet again. One of those coming in, Max Watson, the sophomore defenseman. Another one, you're going to have James Lean returning as well. So it's 1-0. The advantage, Fargo North over Fargo South right now. And Fargo North 1 goal away from possibly putting this one out of reach against Fargo South. On the opposite side, Fargo South trying to come out of this contest at least with the point and try to tie this one up at 1 apiece. Fargo North, if they were to win this game and hold it, they'd win 2 out of their last 3, and more importantly, get points in their last 3 and 7 total, and really put themselves back into postseason and state tournament contention here in the EDC. Something a little bit different between the EDC and the WDA. The WDA does a postseason tournament, while the EDC, it's the regular season. If you finish in the top 4 in the regular season, that'll be what your seed is, respectively, going to state. You finish in the bottom 4, and your season comes to a close at the end of September. Trying to play into October is the goal in high school soccer here for boys soccer in North Dakota. That means you got yourself a pretty good year making the state tournament. Fargo South right now sees some pressure as they bring this one up, deflected, right to the middle to Jock. Then they're looking to Ralsted as he's going after it with Mon at center field. This one going to be headed down, and chance there for the Fargo South Bruins to bring it down. Instead it goes to Fargo North, and just bringing that one down on the header was Rye. They did have a streaking Watson up the far side if it went by him. The aforementioned Watson right now leaves it right-hand side Flores. They'll play advantage here from the official. Now it goes to Fargo South. And this one just going to get kicked away from pressure. And for the Fargo North Spartans, they'll gladly take that. Continues to milk some time off. Again, there's no stoppage time in high school soccer. Once it goes to 0, it's done. Now in postseason play, that it's a little bit different. It would go to stoppage time and then a penalty kick or shootout. Regular season here, if it does end up in a draw, it just is a 1-1 draw, for example, and no more extra time. Fargo North with Owen Branson throws it in. Gets a little give-and-go action there with Callan. Now back to Callan. Cal looking for a teammate. Goes off the shoe there of Anderson. Nice job trying to keep it in was Branson. If you slide on this turf, you might go a while with how much rain we've had. This one goes down, kicked away, not once, then headed. Fargo South keeps it in play, and then Fargo North now will boot it up. Fargo South getting to that one is Zimmerman. As Zimmerman, Gage trying to just bring this one back up. Does. Nice little find. Fargo North there is there right at center with Branson. The 15-minute mark of this second half. Fargo South right now needs to find a goal to try to tie. And might it come on this possession? Here's a good run by Larson. Larson tries to get it through. Here comes Jock. Here comes the cross, and that'll be a goal kick instead. Jock was there, had a chance in the box, just unable to get that left foot on the cross or try to put Watson in a situation where he had to make a chance to either go for the cross or possibly go for the ball itself. Substitution here for the Fargo North Spartans as Gunnar Schwartz quickly back on to the field of play. Coming up on our post-game show, we'll recap what happened in this one. Also a look ahead for both teams and what's coming up on your live event later tonight as well. Again, you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter by searching Your Live Event, or just go to yourliveevent.com and check out the complete schedule. And you can watch the games. The nice thing is for free. There's no charge. You can watch as much as you want after the conclusion as well later tonight in the confines of your home. Here comes Fargo South as they try to handle it. Khaled's there. Bruins play a little give-and-go action. Now they handle it. Here's with some numbers. This is with Larson. Larson on the far side. North bringing men back defensively. Here comes a cross in, and Fargo North able to clear it away. Bruins, though, will try to keep it down, and here comes a whistle, and we're going to go back here as Fargo South has a player down. And the Bruins will see Fargo North, and North will handle this one with Kobe Keeland. Keeland just a junior forward. As this one will come down, and that's going to go to Khaled. Khaled to Keelan. Keelan to the near side. That's going to be Wallen. Bruins and Spartans right now jostling forward a little bit here. Now it's to Schwartz. Schwartz with just a little bit of a miss, and that on the kick. Ball gets booted out of play from Fargo South. Fargo South will handle the toss in as we get a substitution checking in the contest for the Bruins. Here comes Dung, the senior forward. Hung does have a yellow card to his name here in the second half at the 28:05 mark. And Fargo South will come on with the throw. Shamba. This one will go to Jock. Jock with just a little hit. That goes to Dung. Dung with the chance. Fargo North, left-footed kick. Now to Schwartz. Schwartz will put this one down. Fargo South, though, has the numbers there on the back end. And now they just get a little flip up. Back for Fargo North is Dorsey. Dorsey just tries to leave it up on a little change-up, but now it goes back to Jock. See if he can get across, and here's a low-line drive on the turf. Khaled then just clears it away. This one headed down. Fargo South continues with the possession for a moment. And Fargo North will see this one go out. And a chance here for the Bruins is every time you look up, you see another couple minutes go off that clock. Nearly at the 10-minute mark here, left in regulation. This one comes down. Continues here for Fargo South as they continue with the possession in Fargo North's end. This one at the top of the box. That's the Larson, makes a nice move, gets the shot across, but misses the goal. Had a nice move going right to left there on a just quick little cross, and we're going to get a deflection, they'll say, and a corner. So there comes the corner for the Bruins, their third of this game, and now all of a sudden, if you're at Fargo South, you had a good shot there with Larson, and now you get another chance putting this one across with Dawson Rye, the defenseman. Here comes the corner. Into the box, going to the far post, goes all the way through, and we'll see if there was a little bit of a deflection or not. They'll say no, so it'll end up being a goal kick, and Watson or Fargo North will handle it. Bruins again last year put up 7 goals in 2 matches against Fargo South. For Fargo South again, 7 goals in 2 matches last year, against Fargo North. North just with 1 goal. But that's all that it might take here tonight to earn a win. Just 1 goal again in this rained-washed kind of game from the start. And this one will be a goal kick here for the Fargo North Spartans. Most goals this year by North was to open the season with 5 against Mandan. They had back-to-back shutout wins against Mandan and Legacy. For the Fargo South Bruins, the most goals they have scored so far this season is 2 against Central on August the 19th. Another chance, another rung for Dung, but instead it will be another goal kick here for Watson. This is Fargo South's MO. Try to get it up top to your forwards and Charlie Larson and alongside Hung Dung and give them chances at the box and a run and try to put something on Watson. Watson's had to make 1 or 2 nice saves so far here today. For the most part, some of that has just kind of gone awry a little bit, but for Fargo North, when you just kind of look, and when you start talking about baseball, you talk about looking good up the middle with your center, your catcher, your shortstop, and your second baseman. Kind of the same thing here for the Bruins. Bruins now with Anderson. Anderson will see if he can get the cross. There it comes. It's going to be a goal instead.
That's the left-footed kick of Charlie Anderson, and we're tied at 1 apiece at the 9:08 mark, and Fargo South has made this a brand new game at 1 apiece late in this one. That's going to be Charlie Larson with the goal. Larson with the goal at the 9:08 mark, and it's a 1-1 contest. And just like we said a week ago with Fargo North, got the goal in the first half, saw West Fargo come back with a PK to tie, and now it's the opposite. See Fargo South here come back with the goal by Larson, and now Fargo North had a chance to come out of here with 3 points, currently sitting with 1. Still some 8 minutes left to play, but now all of a sudden if you're Fargo North, you want to make sure that you leave with the point. If you're Fargo South, you might be able to steal this EDC soccer match between these two teams. Fargo North trying to put it back in. We haven't really seen this side of the field in the last 10-15 minutes. Fargo South just kind of held the possession, while Fargo North are just packing it in a little bit defensively. And now Fargo South, we'll see that one go out, and we'll have a chance at a goal kick here as the Bruins line drive kick goes to the center of the field. That's Dung trying to keep it down. Now it goes up the other end. Fargo North with the header. This one going to be back to Dung. Bruins with possession up the near side. Fargo North will kick it back down. And Fargo South does a nice little job there with Zimmerman. Able to find it to the middle, and that's going to be to Larson. Larson looking up, trying to find a teammate there in Campbell. Goes to the back. And now to Jock. Jock almost ran into his own teammate. Fargo North clears back into the field of play. Here comes a header down. And the Spartans will handle it to the far side. That's with Charlie Anderson. Got a Bruin hitting the deck. And we're going to get a whistle on it as well. This one going to be pretty much right at the center. And a chance, it looks like, for Dawson Rye to put a right-footed boot into this one. As he does, gets to the fringe of the box. Calla gets up, heads it down. Still loose. Here comes South, and the kick is going to go over the goal and through the uprights. And that's going to go to Fargo North. And Fargo South will try to make a quick substitution. Same for Fargo North with 6:55 and counting left to play. It's a 1-1 contest between Fargo North and Fargo South. If this score holds, Fargo North would improve to conference play of 2 wins, 2 losses, and 2 ties and get to 8 points. Fargo South would have 1 win, 3 losses, and 2 draws at 5 points here for the Bruins. If this score holds with still a couple minutes left to play for one of these two teams to come out of here with 3 points. Fargo South, Mohammed Ahmed newly into the game as that one goes all the way down, and it'll come out for a goal kick. And actually it'll go before the kick. It will be out of play, they said, so it'll be a throw in here for Fargo North. Flores with the throw in. Fargo North able to bat that one down. Now it goes to Dung. Dung to Ahmed. Ahmed comes into the box. We'll see if he can cross it, and that one is going to potentially be a corner. We will see the corner there. Fargo North with the defenseman able to clear that one away. South with their 4th corner of the contest. And Fargo South now with another chance, but this one to try to take the lead. Nicholas Garza, the sophomore defenseman, will come on. Right-footed kick. Goes to the far post, headed down. Fargo North then clears. And this goes Fargo South. This one goes back down, headed down by Schwartz. And look out, it's a track meet now. Schwartz the other way. Schwartz will run into a Bruin player there in Zimmerman. And Schwartz tries to continue here with the possession. And he's battling there with Rye as they're going back and forth. And there comes the official with the call. This will go on the Spartans and Gunnar Schwartz. And Fargo South will regain possession at the 5-minute mark. 5 minutes again in regulation. No extra time here in the regular season. So once it goes to triple zeros, that will be your final. And we're going to get a foul here as Jock was trying to get this one, and we're going to get a card. This one will come against the Fargo South Bruins, and it'll be the 2nd yellow card of the contest.
And this one will be at the 4:51 mark here of the second half. Pillamon will have to check out. And Fargo South will make a substitution. 2 yellow cards against Fargo South, 1 against North. All have been in the second half. The lone goal for Fargo North comes by a variety of James Lean at the 4:59 mark in the first half. Fargo South with the goal with Charlie Larson at the 9:08 mark here in the second half. North, though, now with a free kick with Reese Dorsey. Under 5 minutes. Here comes Dorsey, line drive. This one gets through, but right to the goaltender. Henry Rowland was there. Got a little head on, but just no one else was running to the soccer ball. And a chance goes awry for Fargo North. Now for Fargo North, though, they'll continue with possession. Watts in the back, plays a little give and go, gets it right back. That's Max. Now it goes to Schwartz. Schwartz there. Fargo South able to clear to the midfield. This one going to be headed down, looking for a Spartan to Nuong, and just loses it. Fargo South quickly will throw it in to Nissen. And this one going to go off of Nissen, back to Fargo North. 4 minutes to play here in regulation, tied at 1 apiece in EDC boys soccer. This one goes up, and Dung has a chance. He got by Khaled. Dung continues with it. We'll see if he can try to get the crossover. A little one-on-one action. Now at the top of the box, here comes a through ball. Goes across to Ahmed, who just mishandles that. And now Fargo North will handle it with numbers the other end. Schwartz gets back on side. We'll see if it comes across. Instead, getting there. Nice job by Rye. On the far side, Ahmed. Ahmed has this one go out of play, and this one to the Fargo North Spartans yet again. Now you look back up. 3:25 left to play in the contest, and both teams, you just kind of feel like this is the end of a basketball game where both teams are trying to get as much possession as possible in a tie ball game where you just wonder if that next possession, that next kick might get that game winner. Both teams playing with a little bit more aggression, a little bit more up-tempo late in this one. Flores gets the turf, slips, falls. Fargo South will handle it. Now it goes back to North with Branson. And Branson saw it go out of play. Fargo South can quickly try to throw it in. Charlie Larson thought that his teammate there of Caleb Nissen might have quickly made the throw, and instead it goes back, and Shambaugh will handle it. Fargo South gains a little bit more real estate as they get closer to the Fargo North goal. 2:35 now and counting here in this second half. Fargo South, Fargo North currently at 1 apiece, and they would get 1 point if this score stands. To Dung. Trying to play a little give and go action with it to the right-hand side to Nissen. So it goes out of play by Khaled, and Fargo South will throw it in. This goes into the box. Fargo South, Larson, a goal, and that one is good. It's a goal, the second of the night for Charlie Larson, and Fargo South leads it 2-1 with 2:10 left to play in regulation. Larson scores his second goal in 7 minutes of game time, and it's 2-1 Bruins.
His second goal, number 12, Charlie Larson.
Fargo South now might be able, with 2 minutes and 10 seconds left to play, can maybe say they could steal this game. If this stays the same, they would be tied with Fargo North in the standings and in 5th place with 7 points. Charlie Larson with not 1 but 2 here in the waning minutes of regulation, and Dung now will handle it the other side. Dung looking for a teammate, looking for some Bruins in front of him with Nissen, and then we get a foul here. This will be on Nathaniel Khaled as this one goes down, and all that allows as the clock continue to move. The Bruins a chance to bring some players up and then put a free kick on. Fargo South with 2 goals here with Larson at the 9:08 mark and the 2:10 mark, both in the box, and both were able to get by the goaltender there of Maddox Watson. Here comes a free kick from the Bruins. 90 seconds to play. Line drive kick, just the outskirts of Caleb Nissen on the right-hand side, and Fargo North has to go quickly with Watson. Watson puts this one in. As he does, Jock is there, tries to head it down. Khaled goes the other side. Fargo South will just bat it the other way. Fargo North. This one goes through as we're almost to the 1 minute mark. Schwartz is there, sees it go out of play. We'll see. It's going to be with Fargo South. Bruins with Shamba. This one goes down to Nissen. Now the other side. It's going to be Fargo South again. Schwartz giving it back to Shamba to allow him to try to throw it in. Calla brings this one down. 40 seconds to play. North's going to try to have to score a goal, and this might be the last hurrah. That's Schwartz, and does he get tripped up? We're going to get this one be a corner for the Spartans. Their 5th of the game with 25 seconds left to play. North now at 20. They'll have to try to put this one in. We got some shoving in the box, and we do have a flag that comes up, and we're going to get a yellow card. We'll see if this is both on one Spartan and one Bruin, or if this is just on Fargo South, as the official is coming on, and it looks like we're going to get one on each. So Ahmed is going to get the yellow card for Fargo South, and Ray Wallen is going to get the yellow card for North. So you're going to get a yellow card for each team, and the clock stops at 15 seconds. Both teams will have to make a substitution, and North will still have a chance to tie this game up with a cross. The last opportunity here for Fargo North, 2-1. Bruins with the advantage with 15 seconds left to play in the second half. Here comes the cross. Up top, Calla with the header. That's going to go out of play, and we'll have a goal kick here for Fargo South. And Fargo South will see this one go to zeros, and the Bruins come back and earn 3 big points against the Fargo North Spartans with a 2-1 win here in EDC boys soccer, thanks in part to Mr. Larson, who scores both goals in this one. The Fargo South Bruins improved to 2-3-1 now on the season, and 2-3-1 in conference play. They have 7 points. They'll be tied now for 5th with the Fargo North Spartans, who dropped to 4-3-1 on the season and 2-3-1 in conference play with 7 points as well. The Fargo South Bruins, they have snapped the losing streak of 3 consecutive games. We're back with our post-game show, our player of the game, and a preview of what's to come. Your final: Fargo South 2, Fargo North 1. This is EDC Boys Soccer on your live event.
The Ada EDA is committed to improving the quality of life for Ada residents by providing assistance to new and small businesses, developing and assisting with affordable housing to provide economic growth in our community, and including building incentives with affordable lots in great locations with amenities, and also city property tax abatement and free city utilities. For information, contact City of Ada 784-5522 or visit the City of Ada website adamn.gov.
Schedules can be a slippery slope. With YourLiveEvent.com, that's just not the case. Find schedules for select Minnesota and North Dakota high school athletics at our website. That's www.yourliveevent.com. For schedule updates, follow our social media pages. Never miss again when it comes to scheduling with Your Live Event.
For all your flooring needs, look no further than Carlson Customs Incorporated. From tile, Cortex, and laminate flooring, waterproof floors, shower tiles, and carpet, you are sure to find what you need to update or create the perfect feel in your home or business. Locally owned and operated, Carlson Customs Incorporated. Call Todd at 218-531-0176.
Every business has its special needs and its own unique set of challenges. That's why we treat your business just like ours, to make sure you are covered right. Hello, this is Shane with Irie Insurance, and our agents have seen it all, and one slip-up can take a small business years to recover from. That's why it's so important for a small business to work with an insurance company that can save them money but also make sure they are protected. If you own a small business, we would like to work for you. Go to IrieInsurance.com to find a local agent near you.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical North Dakota high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
As we're back here on our post-game show for our final segment, let's recap what happened in this one. The Fargo South Bruins win it 2-1 over the Fargo North Spartans in an absolute dandy of a EDC boys soccer contest, and it kind of congests the middle of the EDC as well. As coming into tonight, you had three teams with Cheyenne, Shanley, and North all within 2 points of each other. Well, now Shanley didn't play against Fargo Davies tonight. That game got postponed, so now you're going to have North and South just a point behind Shanley. Then barring what the outcomes of Red River and Cheyenne. Cheyenne, again, with 9 points. They are going to play Red River later tonight at 7 o'clock. So the middle of the EDC getting very congested. It is a double round robin. Everyone plays each other twice. Top 4 teams again advance to the state tournament. Here's your recap. What happened for you? Fargo North earns the first goal, third goal of the season for James Lean at the 4:59 mark, left to play in the first half. North with the opening goal of the game. Fargo South then comes back with 2 goals, both via Charlie Johnson at the 9:08 mark with a game-tying goal. And then Johnson had the game winner at the 2:10 mark here in this one as Fargo South earns the win 2-1 over the Fargo North Spartans. A reminder, upcoming later tonight here on your live event, here's some of our schedule. Crookston and Ada Borup West in Minnesota High School Volleyball at 7 o'clock. You also have high school volleyball, Lisbon against Maple River, and that Maple River again is Tower City and Hope Page as the co-op there for the Raiders. That on your live event with Joel Morgan and Will Thompson. That at 7 o'clock tonight. Tomorrow, high school football, all in North Dakota. 4 games for you. Lemoore Litcham Marion against Findlay Sharon Hope Page. Both teams undefeated on the season. That's at 7. Ellendale Edgeley Column against Lisbon. That's at 7 o'clock in Lisbon. Harvey Wells County goes up against Hillsborough Central Valley. That should be a dandy in 11B football tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Then at 7:30, it's Fargo North and Fargo South. Myself, Chase Miller, will be on the call for you on that one right here for EDC and East Region 11A football tomorrow night here from Fargo South. It was a great one. Thanks to Dylan running camera. I'm Chase Miller repeating tonight's final. In EDC soccer, the Fargo South Bruins win it 2-1 over the Fargo North Spartans. Until tomorrow night, have a great rest of your Thursday. And again, for more information or to replay any of our contests, go to yourliveevent.com.